Yay, we're live. Welcome, everyone. Happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm so grateful to have Jason on here today, who's a dear friend and part of my superfood family. I'm so grateful to be able to work with you. And Jason has an amazing story. He was living with autoimmune disease and decided to change his life. Well, number one, thank you so much for joining, Jason.
Hi, you're welcome.
Yay. And he decided to change his lifestyle with exercise and nutrition. And it's just when I heard his story, when I heard him explain the difference, I was just so mind blown. Like, we only see one version, right? Like, we don't walk around sharing how we're feeling all the time. And it was just like an energy difference I felt, and I asked and I got to hear his story, and I wanted to have him share it with you guys. So can you share with us a little bit about what you were feeling before, and then when you started exercising and shifting and adding in superfoods, like what did you start feeling that was different?
So I think I started, we're gonna say June 15th. I'll never forget that day
Oh,
where I decided I had to make a change. Um, Nothing was going well for me. I'll say I struggled a lot with depression. But most importantly, I thought what it was actually autoimmune. And again, it was autoimmune, but I think a bit of part of it, to be perfectly honest, was a little bit of depression itself, not feeling good about yourself, the bad feelings, you're not wanting to go out, the pain which associates with it. And again, these were just all these things that I started to figure out once I jumped on board with superfoods. So as I was saying, June 15th, that was when I really started my journey, working out at a neighborhood gym. That's actually where I met you.
yay.
So I gotta really put that in there as well. And once I was introduced by you guys, it was you mainly and my cousin. And once I was introduced to superfoods, it was like no other. And I think within the first week that I started going to the gym, I I started with the superfoods, and within 3 days, I think I can stretch it and say a week, but as early as 3 days in, I was sleeping better. I was feeling better. I had energy. I wasn't crawling out of bed. I wasn't in pain getting out of bed. Like, I actually wanted to get up and do things versus the previous years before that, wanting to get out of bed and just not getting up or just go rolling back right into bed, right? So I think those were some huge changes with me. You wanted to be out, you wanted to be exercising. And again, finally, I had the energy to actually do these exercises, right?
Yeah, no, it
Never
was
had them, never had them before. At least I never had that type of energy. It would come in spurts, but I had more downers than I did up days.
yeah.
And from the minute I jumped on superfoods, that ratio flipped. I have, till this day, we're not perfect in this life that we live, but I'll tell you right now, I have way more good days than I do bad. And really, it's not really bad days because now look at it from a different way, whereas you learn, you apply, and you move on. But I'm not, the whole point, I think the takeaway with that is that you're just not stuck in that bad mindset,
Mm.
right? And that all came from nutrition. Simplest thing. Everybody thinks it's just exercise. Kid you not, 80% of it was what I put in my body, right?
Yeah.
I would never be here doing this with you or be confident enough to do this with you had I not found my way with superfoods. My whole mindset, the way I think, the way I look at food, the way I treat my body, I know some of you call it your temple, the way you treat it has a direct impact on how you portray it, right? So that can be a little of my testimony, right?
That's amazing. I'm like the smile is so big, like it literally hurts, but it's like I'm so happy. And like one of, well, like I want to say two things.
Mm-hmm.
One of the fact, like that mood and that ability to like not get stuck somewhere, that has so much to do with gut health, right? Like
Yep.
it's because our happy hormone is made there. 70% of it is actually made in our gut. So because like the biomedic does such a good job at repairing the gut, we're able to get out of that. And I've had my own experiences with that when after my dad passed, and I would get into these bouts of
Mm-hmm.
depression, and it wasn't. And I took probiotics, it didn't help. It was only until I took biomedic that I was able to come out. And exactly like you expressed, like it doesn't mean that we don't get sad or we don't have these things. It's just that now we have this mechanism within us that's just like, no, we can deal with it and then shift and move forward.
Absolutely.
And the other
Right.
one of my favorite things that you told me of all time was
Mm-hmm.
like when you said that you had more energy to play with your son. Like, how good did
Yes.
that feel?
So I'll even touch on that, right? Like, I'll send you a picture later,
Yeah.
but even just my transformation alone, what it's done for me and my son, my family, the whole, it's changed everything. It's everything is on the, I don't want to say up and up, but it's just the horizon. There's no limit to what we can do now, right? My son, even through my transformation, my son has excelled like amazingly when it comes to his sports, and we're still working on his nutrition a little bit, but in terms of his sports, his exercise, his how he treats his body, where he wants to be, what he wants to achieve now has gone like times 10, right? Like he's getting accepted everywhere now. Everybody wants to be around him. It's a it's a whole shift. I could go on and on and on, but just speaking just with him alone and how he's excelled since my transformation, it's contagious, let's say, within the family, right?
I love that. Yeah, and it's energy, right? Like he sees you doing so well and he sees you caring for himself and it gives him the space and that to do the same for himself. And that's why I tell people like when you change, it's not like you're helping so many people because they get to just witness you and that's like so huge and it's just so beautiful that you get to like witness that within like your son and I feel like that's really motivating for other parents to hear too because that helps you continue going, right? Because your love for
Right.
your children is so strong that it's like, wow, these changes I'm making for myself make me feel so good, which make him feel so good, which then again makes me feel so good. So it's so
Right.
much easier to continue with it.
Right. And you don't realize once you're in that good space, that good mind space, sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Like really, when to think if I had a dime for every time I thought I couldn't do something, and now, like I'm in the best shape of my life. In total, since my transformation, 75 pounds lost.
What? That's
That's
amazing.
all from nutrition. I exercise 5 to 6 days a week. I have to force myself to take a break from working out. That's just what the lifestyle, the transformation has done for me. Right. If I'm happy, you want to work out. I'm upset, I'm in my head, which happens quite a bit. And to get some clarity, peace of mind, you work out.
Yeah.
Right. But again, I wouldn't be in this mindset if it wasn't for my superfoods. That's hands down. Right.
That makes me so happy. I love that you talked about the exercise part and if you guys you want to really realize that exercise is a form of meditation because meditation means like it's like the kind of like the absence of thought and when you're exercising you're just it's not even the absence but it's just focus and when you're exercising
Yeah.
you have to be focused there's no space to be thinking about other things so it just shifts your body chemistry so that also helps be so happy afterwards because you just taught yourself how to be in the moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. So, who would you say that this is for? Like, who would you recommend this type of transformation or just like lifestyle change to?
For anyone dealing with any underlying issues.
I
Okay.
agree.
That can be from illnesses, diabetes, autoimmune. Uh, you know what I mean? It ranges from anywhere. It can even be depression.
Oh yeah.
One thing is for sure: the minute you start treating your body like it means something, that it pays off in dividends. All right, dividends, absolute dividends, right? Because you are what you eat at the end of the day, right? And like I said, uh, between us now and the family, like we're, we love to be out. We love to be around different people. We love to mix, whereas before it was always locked away. I can just for me alone. And now you want to be out. You want to share your experiences, like working out for me now, it's not a chore. It's my healing. It's my refuge where I go. It's my safe place now, right? And from there, I'm able to take that energy and be able to spread that. My son being one example, my mom can attest to this, my sister as well, who have newly come on board. They haven't fully committed to it, but they come over when they have supper or something like that, and they'll use some of the apoth or so on and so forth. You know what I mean? My mom swears by it. Like I buy it for her, it's one of the things the least I can do for moms, and what mom has done for me all my life. And I'll tell you, mom will tell you, she doesn't eat at night. She doesn't have those cravings anymore at night. She gets home, she'll make that drink, the apoth cherry, and away she goes. She has a deep sleep. The only thing is she wakes up periodically to use the washroom, which is part of it, and that's a good thing to, as long as you're releasing those fluids. But yeah, she swears by it.
That makes me
And I swear, I tell anybody, if there's anything, we could talk about the shakes, we could talk about the aminos, we could talk about the biomedics, the gut health. But for me, I dealt with a lot of inflammation in my body, coming from autoimmune. Autoimmune is when the body attacks itself. So highly, rheumatoid arthritis I had to deal with, joint pains, and with apoth cherry, it helps you to flush that inflammation, right? So if there's anything you take away from this live right now, is that was my difference maker. That took away my alcohol cravings. I don't drink. Like I will have a drink here and there with family, but it's not my thing. There's always a better option for me, right? And water, I've never been a fan of water, and now it's my best friend. You know what I mean? But yeah, that apoth cherry, that was number one for me, if I can stress anything out of the whole Get Up with Purium.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was all gold. I feel like I have nothing else to say. You just said all the most amazing things. It makes me so happy that you had such an amazing experience, and I'm
Oh,
grateful that you did this because I want as many people that go through pain to hear this, to see that
yeah,
there is another way of healing that is not just like a band-aid. Like
yeah.
this is not a band. This gets to the root of the problem. And I myself too, I had chronic like regular normalized illnesses my whole life that
Mhm.
I completely got rid of. So
Yeah.
and it's just food, and it's just food. So thank you so much, Jason, for sharing your story. Thank you, and you speak so well. Like I'm literally like I'm inspired. Like I'm going downstairs to have my apothecary.
No, I can't say enough about that. And like one of the major takeaways with that, it's it's a constant fuel for your body, right? So I still get my jitters every month when my package comes in,
Me too.
right? I'll videotape, you know what I mean? Because it's like the first time all over again. You know what I mean? Like I get to open that, and it's all my goodies, my essential goodies that I need to carry me out throughout my week, my month, my days at work, those long days, the evenings back and forth with the activities with my son, and so on and so forth. So I can say it's this is by all means the one thing. And the other thing I'll leave with everybody to take away from it is it's so simple. I don't remember life ever being this simple. it was so hard. What do we do about this? What do we do about this? And now everything just flows. Like, you know what I mean? I'm scheduled with how I use and eat and take and drink my superfoods. And that, believe it or not, if I don't have that schedule, my day doesn't go right. You know what I mean? So again, it's the simplest thing, and you go so far with it. But yeah, I can go on and on about this. Like, really,
I love it.
superfoods.
I love it. Okay, well, mic
You
drop
know,
for you. I'll mic drop for you. And thank you so much. That was so awesome. So if you guys have any questions about anything we talked about, please feel free to reach out to both of us. We want to help, and just, if you heard the story, you understand that like it literally can help everyone. Like, who's it for? Anyone who eats. Anyone who eats, this is for you. And especially anyone that's suffering from any kind of chronic pain. This is definitely something that we
not
can
it's
help
not
with.
the end all. It's not the, trust me, your situation is not your end all be all.
Hmm.
Trust me on that. Right? I'm living proof. Anyone watching this live who's known me all these years, can attest to that. Right? Superfoods.
Superfoods. We'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, Jason. And
All
we're
right.
here to help you guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.